Okay, so I guess you have an issue.
Just shut up and play, will you please? America's tired of Draymond Green. And I deal with them constantly. The fans, they're not, San Francisco fans, different story. They're totally tired of, listen, should be quiet and play.
Last week, Chris Mad Dog Russo's name gained steam for those who didn't know him.
Not sure what gives him the right to speak for America. We're not shocked that he would think that he has the right to speak for America.
Thus, the man who Russo disrespected, the Warriors' Draymond Green, responded.
Enough already. So he is a polarizing athlete. Sure, there are certain younger fans especially that like to hear him play. I'll give you a large segment of older fans who have followed the NBA for 60 years, this is not a political scenario or a race situation, who have followed Wilt and...
Take a look at JJ Redick's reaction. It appears he ain't buying it. Along with...
He then proceeds to say, shut up and play. I'm not one to really pull the race card very often because I think, we all know the role that race play in the world that we live in. And so I'm not really one to pull the race card very often, but that definitely had a very racist connotation.
Just shut up and play, will you please? America's tired of Draymond Green.
Even beyond it having the racist undertone, we don't need to go any further than who are you? Who are you to say, what have you done in your life to say America's tired of him? Shut up and play. Shut up and play. As I said on my Instagram caption the other day, those shut up and play, shut up and dribble days, those are long gone. We don't listen to that anymore. We don't want to hear it anymore. It has no place here, and nor will it be tolerated.
And guess what? He's right. From Laura Ingram's bigoted ways on her show sparking the entire keep athletes as just athletes, nothing more conversation.
Or as someone once said, shut up and dribble.
To the 45th president's rhetoric at a rally in Alabama that followed, black athletes protesting systemic racism and police brutality with a silent knee, and the entire right-wing ecosphere lighting a flame to prove every athlete's point repeatedly.
I want our athletes to dominate on the world stage, regardless of how annoyingly woke and theatrical they want to be about their so-called causes.
They help dispel the very causes they are the absolute loudest on. However, when it comes to Draymond,
I also proceeded to say, it's time for you to go home and sit on your couch and thank the good Lord that I didn't want his job. I meant that from the bottom of my heart.
So what exactly does Draymond mean by this? He revealed that Mad Dog Russo's seat, which was open because Stephen A. Smith, in a radio interview with Ebro in the Morning, admitted he wanted former host Max Kellerman off the show, was actually offered to none other than Draymond Green himself, according to the four-time NBA All-Star. He said before he signed with Turner, he was given the opportunity to co-host with Stephen A. Draymond also wanted to clarify, as he wisely understands, the calls for CC will ring. Thus, he sent this tweet. Green vehemently stressed the importance of accountability, something he wants to see more of in the industry. From here on out, whatever Russo or any analyst says, you better believe that Green will be watching, listening, and ready to respond at a moment's notice, wrote NBC Sports' Taylor Worth. However, Draymond made it clear that athletes are done being silent when it comes to the wrongful, fugazi style of how modern announcers talk about them. They're just over. Those days are gone. You will no longer be allowed to sit there and say what you want. You will no longer be allowed to put out these false narratives. You will no longer be allowed to not know what you're talking about, and we're going to listen to you, Green continued. Those days are long gone. You know why? Because we have guys like JJ Redick who's done it, who speaks it, who knows how to speak on any different topic, who's not afraid to shut an idiot up.
The fans you're talking about, they talk about athletes that way, like you just talked about an athlete.
I think there's a lot.
The people on Fox News talk about athletes that way.
On his show, Green put it like this. But just know you will be held accountable. I will be watching you and embarrassing you. So make sure when you go up there screaming and yelling and talking all that nonsense out the side of your neck, oh no, buddy, you will be held accountable. You will, believe that. I'm holding everything you say accountable. The days of the media holding players accountable and you no longer being held accountable are over. We're not living with that no more. Sincerely yours, the new media.